Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on my channel. My name's Kev or Kevin and this is Minis by Kev and I'm a miniaturist living in New England who likes to make a lot of miniatures of a lot of different kinds of things. That's a tongue twister there. In this week's video we are working on this again. I know I said it's going to be a while before I worked on this again because I wanted to take a break, but I kind of want to get started on the top. I know originally I said I was going to finish the bottom of this before I started working on the top, but I really just want to get the floors and the walls done. I think that looking at this like this kind of bothers me, like my brain, my creative brain is just like, this is wrong. I'm hoping that if I finish the floors and the ceiling in the top part, it'll feel a little bit more done, like a little bit further along the way to being finished. Does that make sense? So I want to work on getting this done and this done, although I realize the ceilings need to be done too, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do for the ceilings. I might just paint them white. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ceilings yet, but I might do that in this video, I may not. It just depends on if I can figure out what I'm doing with them at all. So for now though, I'm going to be working on the floors, the walls, and then I'm gonna do, okay, hear me out. I am gonna do the ceiling for sure of the top part in this video because I know what I wanna do with it. This is really what I'm struggling with, is the ceiling for the bottom one. Do I paint it yellow? Do I paint it white? I'm not really sure. So the ceiling of the downstairs may not be done in this video. The top, hopefully, will be completely done in this one. I have not made any more stuff to go into this yet. I do have some stuff coming in like a collaboration. So that'll be getting here at some point. That will go in here. And that's all I'll say about that for now. Let's get started on working on the floors and the walls and maybe the ceiling and this ceiling for sure. I have painted this white off camera because I just thought it'd be quicker. It's boring, so I'm just painting white, and who wants to watch me paint white? The tricky part is painting the inside of this, and it doesn't look like, if you look at the right angle, you can tell it's not painted completely. I now understand why they say to do the insides before putting it together. However, I didn't. And I'm seriously considering taking just this part off, although I'm afraid of what might happen if I try to do that. It is stuck on there pretty well. When I pull this, it kind of separates right here, which I don't want. Yeah, I think I would have to like cut it off, and that makes me nervous too. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that because I can see unpainted portions in here, like way up here. And I kind of wanted to do a little something up there, a little like Easter egg up there, but now I don't know if I can do that unless I take it off. And I don't really want to take it off, to be honest, but I don't like the way it looks either. So I'm wondering if maybe I can like hide it somehow. Maybe I could put like a curtain right there. I don't know. But for now, I'm working on cutting all of these up, cutting off the ends so I can make another wooden floor. And then what I'm going to do on the top floor, instead of stripes, in this room, it's all white. What I'm going to do is, instead of like the stripes like I did downstairs, I'm going to do, what are they called? Tudor style beams. The inspiration pick has them, like in the movie, the bedroom has them. So I'm going to do some kind of beams. I need to really figure out the design of them, but I think it'll look nice. I'm actually quite excited for the beams. Right now I'm just, okay, I lost it. There it is. Right now I'm just working on these. I'm gonna cut them and stain them. And as you can see, you can tell I have no object permanence. I'm constantly whacking my hand into things. Be careful out there, people. Don't be like me. Okay, going to work on this for now and get these ready to go into the room. Ignore all of this stuff that's flying around in here, but I painted this a base layer of brown because I mentioned this in a lot of my videos. Oh no! I mentioned this in a lot of my videos. I tend to forget to paint this bottom layer underneath what's going on, and I did that here. And I've done that in basically every project I've ever done. And I hate when you can see the white or whatever, the wood beneath this, and it's just the bare color. I need to learn to put down a base layer so that way if anything shows through, you don't see it as much. So I actually remember this time to do a base layer of brown. Now I need to cut these up and start gluing them. I'm really on the fence on if I wanted to stain these before or after installing them, and I think I'm gonna go with after. My main worry was that the beams along the walls will be a different color than the beams, than the floors, but I think I want them to be a different color because if they're the same color, it might look like a wooden box rather than a room. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these in. My desk is a mess. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting these and adding the floor in, and then we will stain the floor. And I did get a little bit of brown right here, so I'm gonna have to like do some touch-ups. It is gonna have a baseboard, so it will cover some of it. Oh, did I break this? Okay, I didn't break it, but I guess I never even glued this in. There's gonna be baseboard stuff. I need to figure out how I'm gonna fill in this hole, the light that's shining through back here. I need to figure that out as well. But not right now, because that's gonna be when I put the beams up. For now, let's just do the floor. Let's do the floor. It has been a minute, but I'm finally done with the flooring. Well, the first layer of the flooring in the top. The side kind of looks like crap, but keep in mind that I was going to try and make it look nice, but this is going to be covered up by a trim. So it doesn't really matter what that looks like, it's gonna be covered. So this part is done. It needs to be like sanded a little bit to be flat. Oh, ignore those boxes down there. That's something for a different video. You'll see at some point. I'm glad I ended up painting the bottom that brown color because these sticks were really like wobbly this time. Something I've noticed about buying like popsicle sticks and what's it called? Stir sticks and things like that is they're not always straight. And so because of that, you can see through the cracks. And I'm glad I chose to remembered to paint the bottom for once because I don't always remember to do that. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and just sand this down. Because this is also very like textured. I actually gave myself a splinter. So I need to sand this, and then I'm gonna stain it. Well, I'm gonna stain it with watered down paint, but we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Not really interesting to watch, so I'm not gonna show you me doing it. The sanding's been completed, and now it's time to go ahead and turn on this light. And it doesn't really help. But I'm gonna go ahead and stain these floors. Stain is a loose term because again, I'm using watered down brown paint and I'm probably gonna have to do quite a few coats because I already don't really like how light that is. Maybe I'll do, oh no, I just realized I flicked paint back there, so I'm gonna have to go over that. Okay. I can be a little messier around the edges because it's going to have a, what's it called? Trim. But I need to be careful going in at the top of the wall, which I'm now gonna have to repaint. I'm thinking about maybe doing another layer of this, which you can't see, after I'm done, in a darker brown, just because I don't really like how light this is. And I think the only way around that is to do another layer. I might also have to sand some spots if I got glue anywhere, because the water paint will not stick to it. I did want to do a little bit more watery than normal because I wanted it to seep between some of these, especially because there is the bigger gaps on this floor. I need it to soak in, and I can already see where it's not doing that, which is probably because of glue, is my guess. I was a little messy with the glue. Anything that's not covered, I'm thinking about maybe putting even a rug in here to help cover some of this. I won't know until it's dry, but it's looking pretty splotchy. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry and then do another coat and see where we're at. It doesn't look, well, no. It's pretty light in person too. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry and then we'll do another coat. I am kind of questioning whether or not this is the right wood. I got this because I'm gonna paint these. And I actually think I am okay with the floor, this color. It's a little bit lighter, but I don't know. It kind of differentiates from the first floor, so I think I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna paint these, which is why I got this parchment paper, so I don't get my desk completely obliterated. But I am a little nervous that these are technically too thick for 24th scale baseboards. I don't know. So like if this is a 24th scale person, they technically could put their foot on it. Not much, just like the tip of the, no, maybe that's right then. It doesn't really matter, no. I just don't want them to be out of scale. I wanted to paint these before they go in because it's going to be impossible to paint these after. And as you saw, I painted the walls white and that would be a nightmare. I'm like looking at it right now. I already got some paint on the walls when doing the floors. So I'm now gonna have to go back in and deal with that. And I don't feel like dealing with that if I don't have to with this. I'm gonna go ahead and just paint these. I'm gonna have to do a couple coats because these are not soaking up like the floor did. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a couple coats of this and then I will start cutting them to fit. I don't really know exactly what I'm going for. Some kind of Tudor type thing. In the scene from the movie, which again, this is loosely based off of Kiki's Delivery Service, like very loosely. The room that she has these Tudor beams upstairs. I think it's because it's supposed to be like an old-timey cottage type situation. I almost said situation. And because of that, I wanted to go with the boards. I think it would look nice because the walls are white and it needed some kind of interest on the walls. And this I'm hoping will add it. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna kind of put it in. You know, there's not any rhyme or reason to what. Like structurally, it's not structural. So I'm kind of just guessing where they would go. And it doesn't need to be perfect. This is just kind of just, you know, up to my own interpretation. I'm gonna go ahead, I kind of wanted these to be a little, I don't really want them to be like one tone. So I'm thinking about leaving stuff like that and letting it dry like that because it'll be different colors. So every board's not exactly the same. Maybe I'll do multiple coats on certain ones. I'm just trying to make it not look so uniform. So when it goes up on the wall, it doesn't look boring. Does that make sense? Anyway, gonna do this, gonna let it dry, and then we will start installing them into the house. I don't really know about how to go about showing me trying to do the trim in this. Some of these are like stuck together, I'm gonna have to break them, but I stained all those and now I'm gonna start installing these. It's going to be kind of a hassle because I have to get a little tiny piece to go right here and then a little tiny piece to go up and then a little piece to go over and then I have to do the window. So I think this is gonna be really difficult, and as much as I would like to show you me doing this part, because it might be funny for you to watch me struggle and watch me get really irritated, I think for my sanity and just because like my hands in here, look, you can't really even see in this room to begin with. I think I'm gonna have to do this off camera and then just show you what I've done. I know I've been doing that a lot of that lately, but to be honest, it's just, as I said, my microphone was broken and I finally actually figured out what I needed to do to fix it. So it's finally fixed, but now I'm having issues with like recording on my desktop computer. Is like my editing computer is like, it freezes every time I try to do a voiceover. And when I do manage to do a voiceover, you can hear the fans on my computer in the background. And the thing is, the computer's not even that old, so I don't really know what's happening there. In the meantime, I am a little worried because as you can see, like the stain didn't get as much on the side. So I'm afraid that depending on what piece I use, you're gonna be able to see that. And then I'm gonna have to touch them up once they're installed. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and start installing these and then I will show you when I'm done. I can't remember if I already showed you this or not, but this is where we're at so far. I have this, like the side walls and this back wall done. I need to do one like right here still. I need to do that. I need to do the ceiling. I need to do the additional beam. So there's quite a bit still needs to be done, but I am liking how it's looking. There's like a weird gap right here, like ledge. So I'm gonna try and hide that behind one of the popsicle sticks because I don't really want the ledge. Although, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and try and put, you see that ledge and you can see some of the light through. Now I'm realizing if I put that here, it's not gonna line up with the like angle right there. You see what I mean? This is gonna come here and end here when really it should end up here. I don't know if that matters. I'm gonna go ahead and just play around with it and see what happens. I know this may sound like a little much, but you see this ledge right here. It's really giving me issues no matter how I try and spin this. So I think what I might actually do is do a layer of something here because there's like this angle to just make the wall flat. So I can put the board right along this line and have it be flat against the wall because this is, it's giving me a lot of issues and I need this lip to not exist. You see that lip? I need the lip to be gone. So instead, I think I'm gonna find something to install here to try and get this to just be flat. I don't know what yet. Maybe it'll just be a bunch of wood glue. I don't know. We're gonna look around and see what I got. I have some mat board scraps I'm gonna try and see if I can fill up the hole. Maybe I can do some popsicle stick like cutoffs because it doesn't need to be pretty. It's gonna be completely covered, but I think it's going to be a little difficult to do. Fingers crossed this goes okay. Okay, so this didn't work out exactly how I wanted it. Like it looks a little messy. Do you see that? I made like a layer of this wood glue and then put some like support wood in there. But to be honest, it works perfectly. When I set this in, it kind of lays flat and you can't see any of it. I'm gonna have to cut one because unfortunately it's a little too long for one piece. So I'm gonna have to do like a little tiny piece in the corner and hope that it's not too noticeable. But it actually works perfect. It doesn't fall into the hole. It kind of hides it. And I'm quite happy with that because even though it looks really gross, it's gonna be covered. I'm gonna go ahead and add that now. I'm really hating seeing this bare roof, ceiling, whatever. I think I might just paint it yellow to match the walls. Not the stripes, just the yellow, because I hate that. Now that everything else is getting done, I really, really hate that. I also did this, just to show you. I had to put these on the side to, oh no, I don't think I thought this through very well. Oh no. I put these on the side. You know what? I have an X-Acto knife. It's because the glue was seeping out, and there's one on each side. Let's get them off. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, might have to sand that a little bit, but oh, I actually have the sander right here. Let's see. Okay, well, whatever. The side's going to be done anyway. I also had to put a little strip of paper in here to prevent it from leaking out because there's also a gap here, but again, you're not gonna see that once the whole house is put together. Okay, I get the other one off. Okay, that one came off much easier because it wasn't leaking out as much on this side as you can see. This side it was actually coming out, and I can't believe that like scraped this so bad. But I'm gonna clip off these two pieces of paper so that way it looks back to mostly normal and start working on the inside again. I have to like do wood, there's a lot of wood in here that needs to be done still. And I'm a little nervous about if it's gonna look right or not. I like the way it's looking. My one worry is going around the window is going to be kind of difficult, and I still don't know how I can finish this without taking off this front piece because inside here I can see where it's not finished. You can't see it on camera, but I can see an unfinished part up there. Oh, you kind of can. See way up there? And I know I'm maybe like overthinking this and it's probably gonna be covered anyway by stuff, but I do not like that. I don't like knowing it's there. And you can really see it if you look inside the window. No, well, not with that lighting, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some more wood in and get this trim done because it needs to be done. This trim needs to be done and then maybe we'll address this. All right, oh, camera's falling. All right, I kind of went rogue last night. Do you see how this shape was a triangle? I hated that. I started to dislike it because it was making it very difficult to try and shape out the window with the popsicle sticks or stirring sticks, whatever these are. And so I decided to make it a square. I like the square idea better because it also matches my inspiration pick more. And yeah, I just thought it'd be easier to do. However, I had to find a way to close off that triangle. What I did is I actually boxed in right here, like on this other side, and then I put two triangles of mat board in there and filled it with wood glue. Now, I don't know if the wood glue leaked. I haven't looked yet on the other side, but my hope is I need to do a little bit more so this is completely flat so that I can paint it white to match the walls, and then it will just, and I'm gonna put a board right here as well. So it's gonna cover most of this anyway, but the sides I want to look like completely flat if possible. I don't know how flat it's gonna look, but I am gonna paint it white at some point. Right now it is not, it's a little concave. Let's see here. It looks like nothing leaked. And looking through the window now, it's white instead of having to see that bare roof, which I was upset about. So overall, I actually think this worked out pretty well. And the only reason why I even thought to do this is because I watch all of Bentley House Miniatures videos. If you've been here before, you know I really like her videos. I really like her techniques. You can learn a lot from watching her videos. So she's talked about how wood glue keeps its shape. And this did deflate like a little bit, but I thought this would not run as much because it's like wood glue is like thicker, more viscous, I guess. And so I thought it would fill in this triangle shape and hold better than regular tacky glue. So that's where I got that idea from. Now I need to do a little bit more glue to make this more flush because it did sink in like a little bit. I actually think I might do the boards on the walls, and the back walls, and the ceiling, and then do this part because this is gonna need to sit to set. But I'm liking how that's looking more, and I don't know if you know what I mean, but I'm gonna do one of these guys, right there. It's gonna go right across this anyway. Does that make any sense? You can't really see. You will see when I'm done. It's really difficult to try and film in a 24th scale house because it is so tiny and it like wobbles, so I have to use my 1, 2, 3 blocks to like kind of prop it up. But yeah, it wobbles quite a bit. This is not the best thing to try and film in. I'm going to be doing one board here, one right through the middle, and so to go all the way down, and then I think I'm gonna do one on the sides as well, and then I'm gonna do the ceiling, and then I'll be done with the boards finally, and then this room is actually almost done. And then I'm pretty sure I'm gonna paint this yellow because I hate the way that looks right now. And also the outside's looking like a little, oh, I had to do this again because I was filling in another hole. That one, I was trying to fill it in because there's a pretty big hole here that I want to paint over at some point. That looks better. But yeah, it's looking a little nuts on the outside. There's a lot that needs to be fixed, but the outside's really the least of my worries right now. Okay, let's get started on adding more wood to the inside of this. As you can see, I'm pretty far along in the process now of adding these. I'm actually almost done. I'm gonna do like one more on the ceiling. I don't think I'm gonna add any more on the side for a couple of reasons. One, is it overkill? I don't know. Number two, I don't have any more of these left. Maybe I could do one that's this way. I don't hate that, so maybe I'll do one sideways, or like maybe one down here to match the, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Anyway, I tried covering up the hole in the back and it looks like kind of fine from there, but if you look really close, it's messy. It's dirty, I don't like it. It's driving me up the wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take a piece of printer paper and just go over it and then hope that kind of band-aids it again. You know, it makes it seem like Bentley is the only channel I watch, but it's not. Bentley House Minis does the Dollhouse band-aids, and so I'm gonna try that because this is ugly. And I gotta cover that or it's gonna drive me up the wall. So I'm gonna cover that, and then I gotta put the one right here, the 2 on the sides I think now, and then 1 in the middle. I'm not gonna do 3 on top. I really do think that will be really overkill if I do 3 on top. I just think, I kinda like the 1. So maybe I'll do the 1 and then see how I feel. But for now, I need to cover that. I can't, like when they see that, oof, I hate it. Okay, I'm gonna cover that with the Dollhouse Band-Aid and go from there. I really need to figure out my camera setup too while I'm at it. My camera like thing is not working right, but yup, almost done. Finally. It's only been lots of hours. All right, as you can see, I was hard at work last night and it's looking pretty good. It's almost done. There's like little touch-ups that have to be done because I kind of scraped it, kind of got some paint in different places it's not supposed to be over there in the back corner. It's time for the final touch-ups and then we're gonna be done. So I've got this, I've got my paint, I've got my coffee milk over here, and we're gonna finish this room finally. The one that I've been working on what feels like forever because I had medical stuff come up again. Isn't that a surprise? Shocker. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this room. I wish that would just be done after I clapped. That's not how this works. I had to pull up my own video to find the paint that I used for the walls on the downstairs because I cannot take this anymore. I have to paint this. And I'm just gonna color drench it and have this be yellow as well because I need this to be done. Once that ceiling's done, the whole like walls, ceilings, floors, everything will be done in here. And yeah, I'm just ready for that to be done. I go ahead and put some paint down and we're gonna color drench this ceiling. I'm pretty sure this is the color. The issue is I said this is the color and it was kind of blurry in the video. But I looked and this is the only art mines. I actually don't even know where I got this because I usually use like Craftsmart or Deco Art or even Folk Art paint, craft paint. I don't know where Art Mines is from, but whatever. That's the only one I own. So hopefully this is the right color. I have to be careful because I don't want to accidentally paint over the stripes. I'm pretty sure this is the right color. I don't want to paint over the stripes. That's where we're at. feel like I really need to work on the lighting of my videos, but you know, it is what it is. I broke one of my lights. I got a new one and it's all a nightmare. Anyway, this is done. At least all the walls and floors and ceilings are done, except one thing I did not do in this video is I did not do the trim on the bottom level, and the real reason why is because the two walls are going to be completely covered with shelving, and so I'm only going to be putting trim along the top part, but I figured I don't want to put that in until I've added everything to make sure that there's enough room. I don't want to mess it up. So for now, it looks a little bare, but that will have trim along the top at some point that's just gonna match this trim. All in all though, I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. I really like how it looks. I've never made anything Tudor looking. I don't know if this is actually accurate to how like you would need to add these kinds of timbers if you didn't want your room to collapse. I didn't really look into it. I just kind of was going off vibes, and I'm absolutely very happy with how it looks. I'm quite happy with the squaring of the window as well, because even though it was shaped like this, it was very difficult to try and get the like timber or whatever wood to match that. So all in all, I'm actually just like quite happy with this. All in all, I kind of mentioned earlier that when I was working on it, that I had some more medical stuff come up, which is true. That's why this video took so long to get out. I wish it could have gotten out like over a month ago, but I just had some more medical stuff come up. But it's all mostly taken care of at this point. Everything's fine. Life happens, and I'm just striving to upload videos whenever I can. I'm in the middle of working on 3 other videos right now, so I'm hoping that I can actually manage to get them up and start going on a schedule again, because like I said, I legitimately am in the middle of 3 other videos. I'm hoping to have those up soon. And I apologize, but life is life, and the medical stuff, obviously my health has to come first. Unfortunately, because I'd like to just sit around and working on miniatures all day. That's this for this week. I don't know, I really like how that turned out. I'm quite a fan. I think if I were to change anything, maybe I would add some more beams over here, but I ended up running out of beams. I thought I made enough, and I did not. I also think I'm gonna make like a little curtain. I mean, this is for the future, but I think I'm gonna make a little curtain to this window. I don't know, I thought it might look nice. This is going to be the apartment, so I'm thinking maybe just like a desk with like writing utensils or something. Maybe I was thinking obviously a bed, but I was thinking maybe like a table for like eating. But I actually like the idea of a desk better, so I think I'm gonna do like a desk and a bed and like maybe like a small bookcase up here. We'll see. I haven't really decided, so if you have any ideas, let me know. I'm actually quite happy with how this is coming along. This dollhouse, this, I don't know what to call it. It's like a bakery studio apartment dollhouse. I don't really know. The 24 scale dollhouse. I'm quite happy with how this is turning out. I really did figure out the door, because that will forever drive me insane. I have to like magnetize it or something so I can stop that from happening. Yeah, that's it for this video. I'm very happy to be posting finally again and have the videos up, and I need to work on the background. You know, I had lots of goals this year, and am I falling behind just a little bit, but I think I can catch back up. So we'll see. If you like me or you like miniatures, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!